And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this epic grand finale of the Best Phone Plans ranking. You all have been with us as Dennis and I have gone through, we've walked through, we've voted on the best cell phone plans. You have voted on the best cell phone plans on Verizon, on AT&T, on T-Mobile. And now tonight, this evening, we have our epic conclusion to the series where we're going to be ranking the best plans that you voted on. So let me pull up the tier maker right now. And yeah, Dennis, you want to kind of walk through how this is going to work and go down?
Yeah, so basically, guys, we're going to be ranking the plans that you voted were the absolute best from the respective carriers, and we're going to be looking at the best plans overall. S tier is Stetson approved. It's the absolute best of the best. And then it's going to work like a report card in high school, with A being next best, B being, the best below that, C, and then D being the worst, right? No one wants a D. D stands for Dennis doesn't approve. But yeah, let's kick it off, starting with the very first plan in the lineup. I see you have Unreal Mobile's $10 plan.
Yeah. I think I meant to put another Red Pocket plan in here, but it looks like it. Oh, here it is. We'll start with Unreal, and then we'll go to Red Pocket from that.
Okay.
So this is, should I zoom in? Like, is this the best way?
I think what you should do,
or should I pull it up?
Yeah, similar to last time, pull it up on the website. That way they can get a good idea.
Sure. All right. So for this starting plan here, we've got Unreal Mobile, $10 a month. You're getting 2 gigs of high-speed data before unlimited data at 2G speeds. You're getting 5G access on the T-Mobile network. It is deprioritized because it's a prepaid plan. 5G access, pretty good feature support. I would actually say I probably have like maybe 50 to 80% confidence rating in some of these features, and that's only because a lot of Unreal Mobile's plans were previously on the AT&T network, and many still are. But still pretty good features. Missing out on some things like hotspot, domestic roaming, eSIM, device financing, and I don't have any price estimate right now. But yeah, for $10 a month, you're getting 2 gigs of data. Dennis, what do you thought? This is an annual plan. I do want to confirm that.
So annual plans are blessing and curses. We went over this, but at this price category, $120 for a year isn't as unreasonable as some of the higher tier annual plans. Overall, if we're talking about value, I think it's pretty decent, right? I mean, it serves a market that needs something that's affordable. I mean, if you're not someone that doesn't need unlimited data, this is perfectly fine. I would say we're probably sitting somewhere in the C category with this.
I think you're right, Dennis. I think that's a great analysis. I mean, this is a great value, but it is not going to have maybe the best experience. Customer support could be hit or miss, and yeah, it's not going to be your premium plan from a major carrier, but it's going to be an excellent value.
And it's not trying to be either. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it's not meant for that, right?
So none of these cheaper plans are too either. Yeah.
But for what it's worth, it's definitely a decent option, right? I mean, it's obviously not going to be the best of the best, but if we're talking value and price point, it's giving you a lot for $10, right? I mean, it's basically a Starbucks coffee.
Yeah. We have Brady in the chat saying, perfect plan for grandma on a budget. Completely agree. Once you get this thing set up, you don't have to worry about billing for a year. You are good to go. I think that's a solid C. Let's move on to the next plan here, and this is actually going to be Red Pocket's $9 annual plan. So let me pull that up on the website. This is another annual plan, and the reason I'm doing the annual plans is that's what many people voted for in our live streams. They really liked the volume discount you got. This one, $9 a month, so kind of around that same price point, probably around $120 a year.
I give
1 gig of data.
I give it a D. Just because it's for $1 difference, you're getting twice the data and unlimited minutes. This only gives you 1,000 minutes, so
yep.
For me, it's a D, and it's missing features. So
yeah, this does have more convoluted features, is my understanding with Red Pocket, and you do have hotspot data here, which is I've mentioned before, I'm a big hotspot fan. But yeah, Dennis, I think you're right. I mean, Red Pocket's overall experience could be better as well. I still think this is a decent value. You can get this as a monthly plan for just $10. And what's strong about this one is it is available on the AT&T network as well as the Verizon and T-Mobile network. So pretty good budget option across the board depending on what network works best for you.
I mean, while you do have the flexibility, which I appreciate, to be on any network since not every place has got equally good coverage from the respective carrier, I still think overall it's not a good plan in comparison to some of the other ones it's competing against, and there's just better options overall. So I do think it's probably D. That's
I agree with that. For AT&T users, it may make more sense, as I did note it had a QCI of 8, which on the AT&T network I actually believe is the same as unlimited extra, which should be pretty decent. But also my friend Austin has reported it has a 75 megabit per second speed cap, or at least he's never gotten over that. So let's throw this one in the D category. What do people in the chat? Yeah. Brady is bringing up a good point. It is $1 to add visual voicemail to this plan. So I still think it's a decent value, but compared to the other options, I think it sits comfortably in that D category. All right, now we're moving on to some of the $15 plans here. We got Mint, Red Pocket, and US Mobile. Let's start off with the Mint Mobile. I'll pull that up. Where is it? There's so many plans, so many options. What's funny is these plans that everyone voted for are typically at the front of the categories, right? So we have US Mobile, Mint Mobile, and Red Pockets right here. So they're typically some of the better plans. So here we are, Mint Mobile, $15 a month. This was recently upgraded to 4 gigs of high-speed data. What I love about Mint is they have excellent feature support here, okay? T-Mobile coverage. You are deprioritized, but you're getting full-speed data, 5G access, unlimited 2G data, hotspot, 4K streaming, voice over LTE, Wi-Fi calling, visual voicemail, eSIM, and they do have some iPhone device financing deals if you want.
So for me, Mint Mobile's plan, I think, deserves a nice, good, solid B. And the reason I feel that is because, one, they have incredible customer service. 2, they have a wide variety of features that they support, including things like eSIM, which a lot of different prepaid and MVNO options tend to lack. And 3, just overall, I mean, for $15, we're talking about double the data of the $10 plan from Unreal Mobile for what we can say is arguably a well-rounded, not knockoff experience, right? Mint provides a very premium experience throughout the board.
I 100% agree with you, Dennis. I think Mint, in my opinion, is one of the best budget cell phone carriers thanks to their combination of feature support, price, and experience. And the fact you're getting eSIM here is insane. I switched my Mint plan to eSIM. It's been awesome and really helpful. So I think, what do people in the chat? Johnny actually has his plan, and he says it's great. One person, the YouTube experiment's given this a solid A. I don't think
it can be A just because there's a lot of other plans here.
Yeah.
And, Mint has other better plans that would fall in that category as far as dollar for value is concerned. I do think it's a solid B.
That's a solid B. All right, next up we do have Red Pocket. I kind of have a feeling where this one may end up, but let's pull that plan up here. It's their $15 3 gig plan.
Do you, Stetson? Do you know where it's going to end up?
I have a hunch. It's going to be kicking with its other Red Pocket plan. $15 annual plan. Pretty similar features and limitations as before. I noticed 720p video streaming on Red Pocket GSMA. It is $1 to enable features like visual voicemail. You do get great international support with Red Pocket. You can make calls to 80 countries, and they do have a nice international add-on that's available. But those are add-ons, right? So, yeah, Dennis, what do you think about this?
Well, Stetson, it's got many things that I don't personally like. You know me. I don't really like annual plans for the most part, right? I also, from your testimony that I've seen from Reddit in the audience on like forums like No Contract and other things like that, don't think Red Pocket has a great reputation for experience. And I think that for this price point, there's other options in this category like US Mobile that we'll be talking about next that do a better job. So for me, I do think it's going to be D tier. But I want to open it up to the audience to see some comments here because maybe I'm being too harsh on Red Pocket. Guys, what do you think? You thinking D like me?
We have Johnny coming in with many Ds. That is 7 Ds. Chase is coming in with a D. I believe D Medina is coming in with a C. YouTube Experiment. We got a Mo D, Chase D. Dennis, I think you nailed this one. Red Pocket is known for being a great budget option, but they also have sort of a budget experience, I feel, to go with that. And something to keep in mind if you are considering Red Pocket. So, I don't know. For me, considering the other plans out there, I think this does belong in the D. Yeah, we have Mo coming in here with a D. We got Ron D. Mo, did you comment twice?
Yeah, he did. The only reason you would pick Red Pocket at this price point is for AT&T coverage, but I would argue that if you're going for the AT&T experience, right, you're probably someone that would care a little bit more about the other features that AT&T has to offer on their prepaid side. Like we talked about how good AT&T prepaid plans are. So I don't like it.
D.
Yeah.
It's a D. It's a D. Yep, there, right. That's where I thought it was going to end up, right next to the other Red Pocket. All right, this one's great. US Mobile, this is going to be their $15 5 gig plan. So US Mobile, $15. It's a monthly option. Taxes and fees will bring this to $19.91 per month. It's still a good value, but something to know. I do hope I would actually like it if this was $20 flat, but that's just me. US Mobile, decent feature support, 5 gigs of data, Verizon or T-Mobile network. Hotspot is a $5 add-on with this plan.
But we found out our audience doesn't necessarily care like you do, Stetson.
That's
Hotspot.
true. That's true. That's a great point, Dennis. So, yeah, I'm not sure what else to cover. You're getting 5G access. You're getting pretty good features. You're missing Wi-Fi calling. You're missing hotspot. But you're also getting 10 gigs of international data roaming included for free with this plan, which is pretty nice. And hotspot, yep, 10 gigs. So I have not added any add-ons. Should probably add those. But yeah, what do you think?
It's hard for me. It's hard. We gave we gave Mint Mobile a B for the relatively same price plan, and they are giving more data, and it's monthly, which is nice.
Those are good points. How would you weight those in terms of like everything else?
But I was also gonna say, I know most of our audience doesn't care based off. Only a third of our audience cared about Wi-Fi calling, but it is missing features. And when it comes to 5G, specifically access, that's still been a little bit up in the air, right? As far as like millimeter waves concerned.
Yeah, that's correct. You're not quite getting that same access as on Visible.
So, and I know hotspot's not incredibly important, but it still sucks that it's not included when Mint does include it, right? On a tiered plan like this. I don't know. I'm feeling it's between C and B, and a coin toss can flip me. I want to know what your thoughts are, Stetson.
So I think just looking at the plan here, I think it's looking like a C to me based on included features, price point, and what US Mobile is offering. What I think would push it to a B is actually the US Mobile experience, the data usage analytics dashboard, what they're doing on the back end, the flexibility that it's monthly so you could switch plans if you needed to way more easily than on Mint Mobile, and the international eSIM.
Do we argue that the fact that they do support Verizon also gives them a bit of an edge since they're kind of the cheapest for a Verizon
it's the
plan?
Best plan on the Verizon network
For this price point too. But but we're stacking against everybody. So yeah, what are you thinking, man? C, B?
I'm just looking at the audience chat right now. We got Brady, C, because tax and fees aren't included. Eduardo is saying C overall, B if you're considering the GSM variant. They do have Wi-Fi calling on GSM.
But only for Android, right?
Only for Android, and then you might as well just go with Mint Mobile, right? So
yeah, you're giving up 1 gig of data if you go with the Mint. Well, wait a minute now. It depends, though, right? If you don't want to do annual, then you go with this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't kill me, Ahmed, but I think it's a C overall. I think we got to look at it overall.
Yeah, I think if we're looking at it overall, I think this plan I mean, it's such a good value plan, but
it's also almost $5 more than the Mint one,
yep.
right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, I think Mint comes out to maybe $17 or something like that after all taxes and fees, as opposed to 19. So,
yeah,
it's really closer to 20.
yeah.
I think the plan with if it had Wi-Fi calling and maybe if it had hotspot, I think it would be a B. I think the
Wi-Fi
back
calling
end,
is a must. Like for me in my apartment, Wi-Fi calling is a must. I don't care. Like I think that's a must for me, and so based off that, yeah.
Let's also remember 480p streaming here. They have not resolved that issue as of yet. My latest understanding.
Mint basically just says, hey, here's 4 gigs. Use it if you want, however you want.
Yeah, I love that about Mint. So I think that's a solid choice. C.
Yeah.
We're moving in the $20 category, and you'll kind of notice a pattern here. We have Mint Mobile, Red Pocket, and US Mobile coming up. Let's hit up Mint. We might be able to go actually a little bit quicker through these. Sorry, we have the YouTube experiment giving you a shout out, Dennis. Also really into Wi-Fi calling. All right, so here's Mint Mobile's $20 plan. This got upgraded. Previously, it was 8 gigabytes, and now it is $20 for 10 gigabytes. Keep in mind, this is an annual plan, so you are looking at $240 up front, but you do get 3 months. Like, you can sign up, you get 3 months at the intro price, and then it's annual. All the features are here.
I think we're still B tier on this.
Yeah, I think B. I think you're right.
Nothing's changed to make me. I mean, it's more data, but it's still the same for the same reasons.
Great,
right?
yeah, great experience. But yeah, all right. Red Pocket, 8 gigs. Let's pull that one up.
I give it C.
Yeah, just kind of like wailing through these because we've already covered like basically all the features are the same.
Yeah.
I think this one does bump up to C. I think it's a way better value. 8 gigs of data for $20 on the AT&T network. That's hard to beat. That's really, really hard to beat.
And that's the only reason why I bumped it up. And I will just say real quick, by the way, Stetson, I didn't realize when we did the voting that it was literally the same 3 carriers. I thought we had more variety. Like when I remember us picking like AT&T prepaid a lot, and I remember us voting for stuff. But I guess I was mistaken.
Well, we do have AT&T prepaid coming up.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it came down to it, these cheaper plans are dominated by these MVNOs, and that's we're kind of wading through it. So maybe we can try and go a little bit quicker. We got US Mobile, $20 for 12 gigs, and where is that plan? It's going to be towards the front of the pack. Here it is.
Well, we know the features. It's more of a question of what we think. At $20, I think US
It's
Mobile
coming in $25.31 per month. No hotspot. If you add hotspot, you're looking at $30 a month.
I don't know. It's the same caveat of C or B, and I'll leave it up to you to decide.
Yeah, I think it's not there yet. It's not there yet.
Okay, we'll do C then. C again then.
Boom. All right, this was a big fan favorite. We're getting into the $25 category. We have AT&T prepaid up next. Let me close some of these tabs. This is their $25 annual plan. AT&T seems to really like this option. Let's pull it up. Here it is. $25 a month, 8 gigs high-speed data. And this plan is packing, okay? You got all the features, AT&T coverage. My understanding is you do have priority network access here, and then you're deprioritized during congestion. You're getting full-speed data. You're getting unlimited 2G at 128 kilobits per second, hotspot, 1080p streaming, voice over LTE, Wi-Fi calling, visual voicemail, group and picture messaging. You are getting domestic roaming, I believe. That's my understanding. eSIM is available. And
Canada and Mexico too, right?
Yep. You also, I believe you get roaming in Canada and Mexico.
And I remember correctly too from last time, don't they get rollover data with this?
You do get rollover data. That is absolutely correct.
So for me, this is A tier value.
Really?
I would argue it's A tier value. I mean, for this, okay, so this is when it actually gets good on the AT&T network, right? So 8 gigs, that's actually a usable amount of data. Yeah, it's less than some of the other plans that we're talking about. We're talking about AT&T here, and you've seen how AT&T performs in my market. On top of that, it's got all the features. Rollover data is freaking huge. So if you're, spending COVID time like this, or you're not using your cell data at all, next month you got 16 gigs to rock, right? And I can't remember if AT&T improved their rollover scheme or not. I think it expires after a month, but
Yeah, I think you're right.
but
If it was, yeah.
but still, it's great. And even once you use the 8 gigs up, they still cap you out at 2G speeds, so things like iMessage work. They let you do the full HD. I mean, for me, it's really good value. And if I had to pick like a low cost plan, that's probably something more realistic that I would land on.
Yeah, I will add they do have a $33 3-month option if you wanted to do a little bit less of a commitment, see if anything came up or to test it out. Brady is commenting, yeah, $250 up front for this plan. It'd actually be $300 up front for this plan. So
yeah, but remember, man, priority data too, and it's not deprioritized like Mint, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, on the AT&T network, I really want to test this so I can like come at y'all with some knowledge, but I think I don't think prepaid plans are deprioritized. I think that's their structure.
I mean, listen, man, you get this annual plan, plop it on eSIM, then get yourself a second line on Visible or something like that.
You're good to go.
You got the best of two networks, you know?
Yeah. I think you're right, Dennis. I really like your arguments here. The features this is packing, especially compared to what we've been seeing with Red Pocket, at the $25 price point, I think rollover data is what does it. You know, if you only use 4 gigs a month, boom, like you're packing next month. So, yeah, let's
and they let you use all 8 gigs as hotspot or all 16. They don't limit you.
It's not it's probably it's a great value AT&T plan. All right, next up we're getting the Mint Mobile $25 annual plan coming in at $25 a month for 15 gigs of high-speed data, all the same features as before, 4K streaming, hotspot, eSIM.
It's a good option if you're on T-Mobile, but it's still the same features, still deprioritized. I know it seems unfair based off the rave reviews I just gave the AT&T plan, but it was priority and it had rollover and a ton of other perks. So for me, I'm still feeling B.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is a B. That's a B tier for me as well.
Sorry, man. Sorry, Ryan Reynolds.
Wow, Joseph really seems to like it. Definitely A or B. We'll see what the plan's coming up. B. Johnny and Chase are agreeing with you, Dennis. Still in that B category. I think that's totally fair. For what you're getting at the price, it's excellent value, excellent features. Next up is US Mobile's $25 plan. This is coming in with 18 gigabytes of high-speed data, $5 for that hotspot add-on.
I think this is the one that pushes them into the B category. I do.
You're thinking B for this?
I really do, because if you think about it for a second, it's 3 more gigs than Mint Mobile's giving, and it's monthly. And yeah, it's coming more closer to $30, but we're pinching pennies at this point, and with the extra data, it is worth, right? And yeah, it's monthly. It's a good monthly option, right?
It's a great monthly option. And I think you're right. And what kind of pushes this over the edge for me is the 18 gigs is kind of over that 15 gig threshold, where I think this plan could meet the needs of maybe like 70 to 80% of consumers out there.
Oh, dude, this could easily pass. If they wanted to call this an unlimited plan, for most people, this would be like an unlimited plan. It's a lot of data.
And for $30, I think it's great. So, yeah. We're getting some comments here. Mo loves the roaming, but is bummed about the hotspot. It is a $5 add-on. I kind of like that approach because you can choose to add on the hotspot once you need it and skip on it once you do not need it. Evan's coming in here, definitely a B. It's around $30 a month, but that's a great value. 18 gigs for $30 on the Verizon network. That's a great deal. Dennis, I'm with you. This is US Mobile's first B tier plan, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now we got Mint's quote unquote unlimited plan, and I'm going to give you a hot take here, Stetson.
I love it.
I think Mint Mobile's unlimited plan is worse than their by the gig plans. Hot take.
Whoa, that is a hot take. So here it is. Let's go over the key differences here, and then Dennis, I'll let you take the floor with your hot take, and you can justify it. So, Mint Mobile, $30, what they're calling unlimited or unlimited, 35 gigs of data, unlimited minutes, unlimited texts. Again, it is a 35 gig plan, deprioritized, 5G access. You're only getting 5 gigs of hotspot data here. Okay, this is a key difference. Instead of being able to use all your data as hotspot data, 5 gigs of hotspot data. Second key difference right here, 480p video streaming. Other than that, plan features are exactly the same. Dennis, take the floor.
So first, since Mint likes to play name games, I call this the lie minted plan. It's a lie. It's a 35 gig plan, and they make it much worse. First off, they got the 480p video cap. That's garbage. And I know you can say, Stetson, you can get a VPN, but then we might as well tack on $5 a month because you're paying for a VPN.
That's true.
So that's one. Two, you got less hotspot than the previous 15 gig plan that we just talked about.
Also true.
Two. Three, when they do throttle your data down, it's not some data prioritization. No, it's 2G speeds, and like 64 kilobits is even slower than some of the 2G speeds that we get from other carriers for throttling.
Oh, yeah, I have 64 here. It might be 128, but I do have 64.
Still poo-poo. And then fourth, because I was reading about this guy on Reddit, they don't even give you the option to buy more data once you go past the 35 gig plan. Like with the normal like gigabyte ones, you can top up.
Yeah, you can top up
and get more data. Yeah, you can't do that with this one.
Oh my god!
So this plan, no lie, I give it a solid D.
Wow,
that's my feelings on it. Can't take it away from me. I'm sorry, man.
That's some hot takes. I love it. I love all the points you brought up, Dennis, and I agree with you on all of them. I would put this in a C. I would maybe drop it from a B to a C. And the reason I would still give it a C is 35 gigs is going to be plenty of data for average consumers. It's coming in at half the price of other unlimited plans out there and still meeting the needs. So I think that's helping people save money. And my hot take is with they called it unlimited with their branding. But what I love about it is they email you your data usage at the end of your 3 months and actually will recommend you switch to a cheaper plan. And it's that one factor right there where you can have someone who doesn't know how much data they need, how much data they're using, anything like that. They can get this plan. They can spend $90, get it for 3 months, and then see what is a better plan that can meet their needs. And it would be one of the better plans that you just mentioned.
I mean, yeah, 35 gigs a lot, but they got so many like gotchas in there too, right? I mean, come on. I mean, you're buying this plan because you're going to be someone that streams a lot, and you got a 40p video cap at 1.5 meg. Like, how useful is all that extra data if I can't use it, right?
Well, I guess you can use a lot of it, like because 480p won't use it all at once. But I don't know. I mean, for me, I would still put it in the C tier.
C tier. What do you guys think? Oh, Brady, thank you for the super chat. He says he appreciates what we do and to keep it up. He couldn't find a members button, so here you go to help you compare plans.
Yes, Brady, thank you so much. We truly, truly appreciate it. I guess I'll get the members section up and running for you.
What's the members section? I'm sorry.
It's like on YouTube. You can click join next to a channel, and it's kind of like a Patreon, but on YouTube.
Oh, I didn't know that was the thing that they added.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll get that set up.
You know, Brady, if you go to patreon.com/Stetson Doggett,
yeah, here I'll pull up.
You can support the Patreon, and you'll get some extra content and some behind-the-scene looks. Stetson has a hilarious bloopers video that I've rewatched probably 10 times now.
Thank you, Dennis.
On the Discord. So definitely recommend, my friend. But thank you again, man. Donations are always appreciated. They're not required at all, but we thank you because it does make this much easier to do. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
But yeah, what are you guys thinking in the audience? I'm seeing some C minuses, and does anybody agree with my D, or am I being too harsh?
Mo's coming in with you, agrees with you, Dennis.
I'm seeing C minuses and Ds.
I think it's a tough call. I
just listen. The reason why it pushes it down to a D is because Mint has a good reputation for being good with the consumer. I just view this as a flat out lie, though. They're not as open about it as they could be. I wish they would just call it I get why they're calling it unlimited, but like, it's just not. It's just not, and I don't like the lying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with you on all your points. And compared to the $25 plan is actually probably the sweet spot with Mint then.
It's perfect.
Yeah. So We'll slide it into the D next to the red pocket plans.
If Mint wants to improve it, they need to either add an option to let people pay more to use the data as they please with like hotspot and that kind of thing, or give people the top up, which I don't understand why Mint doesn't do because they would make more money. But I'm sorry, Mint. It's just not a good plan in my eyes.
All right. Next up, we have Red Pocket again. This is a $30 annual plan only on AT&T. Let's pull that up right now.
Sorry, Scott. We're moving on.
$30 a month, 20 gigs of data. It's an annual plan. It's the most data you can get at this price point. But I don't know, Dennis. I feel like maybe it's a C because of value, but not really because of the features.
Yeah. I could see that. C would probably be where you're sitting at with this.
All right, I'll slide it in there. Oh, US Mobile $30 30 gig plan coming up next. This was huge on the Verizon network. Where did it go? It's the top one. Here it is. Boom. $30, 30 gigs of data, $35 after all taxes and fees, $5 to enable hotspot.
So it's more like it's $30, but it's more like a $35 plan, really.
Yep, $35 plan.
Was that what Mint was charging for their fake unlimited?
Yeah, Mint was $30 for 35 gigs. And so I think the total came out to maybe like 33.
Okay. But they give you the option to use the data as hotspot, right? It's a $5 add-on.
Yep, US Mobile $5 add-on. You can use all 30 gigs.
Ooh, you can use the whole 30 as hotspot?
That's correct.
Ooh.
That's spicy, right? Tastes good.
That does taste good. I mean, so let's call it 35 then, because I think we should add the hotspot add-on on to make it better.
Sure.
So at $35, you get 30 gigs of full hotspot usage, which is pretty spicy and delicious. We agree that US Mobile does have good customer support and it's pretty decent value, but at $35 or even at the $30 area, we're creeping close to visible pricing. So is it a B? You think it's a B?
Yeah, I think it's a B. And I think it's a B because you are getting better performance on US Mobile than Visible with the lower ping times, things like that.
Thank you, Austin. I appreciate it, my man. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you, Austin. Yeah, we love it. And shout out to Dennis's hat. It's sort of a minty green, but it's not for Mint. All right, now we're getting to unlimited territory. This is where things get extra spicy.
Yeah, we know that our audience definitely loves their unlimited data plans. So,
all right, we got another. It's a red pocket, $40 a month, 22 gigs. This is the same as before, but it's not annual.
Yeah. C? Yeah, C.
Slap it in C. All right, next we have Visible.
All right, this is a good one. So Visible's been an interesting experience though, Stetson, for you, right? I mean, remember when we last talked, I think you said they're still porting your number in?
Yeah, that's still true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that hasn't changed.
So Visible, I would argue, has some of the worst customer service. Period.
I think they're definitely lower. I would say too. Some of the reps can be super nice, super great, but I think it's hit or miss, and it's not as consistent as I would like it to be.
They're not consistent enough that I would trust them to port my precious phone number in. And that's a problem. And that's a problem right there that stops me right in my tracks from ever considering them. Like, that's a major issue. People want their numbers. I mean, think about all the banks and stuff that you have that stuff tied into, Stetson.
It's huge. It's important. It's like your lifeline.
But if we look at it from a different angle, I think they're an awesome backup plan. Like, if you're rocking, say, Mint Mobile as your primary primary eSIM, and then you got Visible in there as a secondary backup for data, that's where it comes in clutch because you're using the Verizon network's coverage. I will also just say that if we start talking about the discounts that Visible does with their what do you call it? Party pay?
$25 a month flat.
Which Stetson, how many users do you have on your Party Play plan now?
Oh man, should I check right now live on the?
Yeah, why not, man?
Here we go. Here's the party. We are at, drumroll please, 1,619 members, all in the Best Phone Plans party. That's 1,619 people, all paying $25 a month for unlimited.
So basically, guys, if you join that plan, you don't have to worry about losing your discount.
Yeah, that's exactly correct.
So if we look at this as a $25 plan, because I do think that's more fair. Like, no one's going to just buy this by themselves, right?
Yeah, I think that's a really great point, Dennis. That's a really great point.
So at $25 for the features that you do get on the Verizon, and if the Verizon network is good, this is a really good option. Like, I would argue that despite the terrible customer service, and I do want to really emphasize the terrible customer service, I think this plan could easily be an A.
I was actually just thinking the same thing. I think at the $25 price point, easily A tier. At the $40 price point, you just shouldn't get it probably. But it's $25. I think A tier, but I think it just, and you're getting 5G access and millimeter wave access even at 200 megabits
And unlimited
per second.
hotspot.
That's huge for a lot of people.
And it's a usable speed too. Like 5 meg, yeah, you're not blowing anybody's socks off, but you can do everything you got to do with 5 meg.
Socks are locked on. They're not going anywhere.
I feel like an old man with my analogies.
No, that's good. That's good. I'm checking the chat right now. Yeah, so Visible app is useless. It's true. It's buggy. My number still says it's being ported, and it's been working fine. I think I like the YouTube experiment kind of summary. $40 for C, $25 for B. And they have their referral program. I'm actually only paying $5 a month right now because I referred someone, and so my next month is $5. YouTube experiment. B needs better customer service. A, but would nice if it had 1080p. Evan, I'm still getting capped at 5 megabits per second for the hotspot.
I guess when you're going into this carrier, you just know it's like budget, right? You're getting the budget
unlimited, and it's the best budget unlimited plan out there. I think we should give this a B, Dennis.
Oh, I was leaning A, so we're not.
You're gonna slide it into the A category.
I was. I mean, customer service be darned. If you can, once you get it set up, you shouldn't have to call them anymore. And once you get past that pain point, then you should be rolling just fine. Like,
we have Kofik here saying Visible app is useless. I couldn't install eSIM on my iPhone 11 Pro Max. Kofik, I'm really sorry to hear that. Worst app ever. So glad I went with US Mobile Unlimited plan. It's true.
I'm being overruled in the chat. They're saying B at the most.
yeah. I actually agree with the chat on this one, Dennis. I think the compromise in the service performance and some of the experience slide it into that B category for me. They take that A plan and they drop it down to a B for me. So that's where
I'm down for that.
Wow. We're yet to get...
Yeah, we've yet to get an S tier, but those are coming up for sure.
All right, next up, US Mobile $45 unlimited. This is huge. This is another huge plan when they launched it.
And this is taxes and fees included, right?
Taxes and fees included. What you see is what you pay. Couple of things to note here. It is only 50 gigs on T-Mobile, but then you get unlimited data at 1 megabit per second. It is deprioritized just like Visible. You're still getting 5G access, but right now it's only the nationwide 5G access, which for many people is typically slower than LTE. You are still getting, the unlimited 2G data probably just should not be there. I should fix that. 480p video, they say HD. They're working on it. My plan has not been upgraded yet. I might try and reach out to support and see if I can get that fixed. Yeah, what do you think? And I will say $45 a month taxes and fees. You get the 10 gigs of international data roaming. And hotspot is, I think it's actually, I have to fix this too. It's $10 for 20 gigs.
Yeah, that sounds more right. Man, US Mobile support's so good. And this is a really good price for an unlimited plan.
On the keep in mind this is on the Verizon network.
Yeah. And unlike Visible, they actually do like have a great app. Like their app, their website, like getting set up with US Mobile was literally the easiest thing I did in my life. It was easier than me going to fill up my gas can at Sheetz. That's how easy it was for me to get my US Mobile SIM card and just knock it out. I can't believe how seamless that experience was. And that combined with the perk of the international data That's huge for people that like to travel. It's just an all-around really well-rounded plan. It's touching on a lot of things. Again, the only drawback is the Wi-Fi calling for me.
They need to add that. If they add that like next year, like their plans are just going to be that much better.
But yeah, I mean, I'm leaning on either B or A, and I'm not sure which.
I would put this in A tier for me. We got Evan's going A. Chase is going A for sure. Joseph was kind of feeling the same thing you were, Dennis. A or B?
And plus, oh yeah, someone made a mention. It does go down to $25 if you get the family plan with the perks of the Netflix and stuff. You know what? Thinking about the perks, this is definitely an A.
I agree. I think this is an A tier plan. This is awesome. I love that plan.
Great value.
All right, let's head up. We have Xfinity Mobile. Dennis, you've done a great job bringing them up, and I really appreciate it. $45 a month for their unlimited plan. So yeah, $45. It's unlimited, but notes. Here we go. You get 20 gigs of high-speed data, and then speeds are reduced to 1.5 megabits per second for the download and 750 kilobits per second for the upload. Hotspot is capped at 600 kilobits per second, but it is unlimited. 480p video, Wi-Fi calling. You are getting 5G access though, and this is this is
the full suite of 5G. No cap, right? And also, don't forget, just worth mentioning, you do got the access to the Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspots, which obviously if you have this service, you probably have Comcast, and so Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspots are probably around you. And also, don't forget, $10 discount off your cable when you have
off
this.
The cable. So,
honestly, I think this is a really good plan. In fact, we talked many times behind the scenes. I would argue this plan's better than Verizon postpaid starter plan.
Oh, 100% it is. It is. You just have to have Xfinity mobile service.
That's the only caveat, but I mean, and I know you always hate it when I say this, but if you have Xfinity, there's no reason, and you like Verizon, there's no reason why you shouldn't be picking this plan, right? Like, they have all the feature supports with Wi-Fi calling, which US Mobile was missing, right? They have decent BYOD phone support. They offer financing on a lot of phones, and we saw they were doing like Visa cards and all that other jazz like you would with a postpaid carrier. They got a retail store presence, which for older folk might be important, right? You know, being able to go see someone at the store.
Yep.
I would say it would also be an A plan.
Wow. I'm just it's interesting hearing you, Dennis, and seeing what people in the chat are commenting. Some people are feeling a little dissatisfied with that 20 gig limit. So we got we got Debo Bop going D tier on this.
D tier. Ooh, I want to hear a follow-up on that.
C tier from Joseph. And I think this is the follow-up. It's the fake unlimited plan with the cap video streaming. So it sounds like the unlimited data at 1.5 megs, it doesn't sound like that is fast enough for Debo Bop here.
Well, 1.5 megabits per second is the speed cap that US Mobile's video gets capped at, right?
Well, this is after 20 gigs of data usage. That's
no, but in his comment, he said because of the cap video streaming.
And cap video streaming. So I will say for cap video streaming, literally all Verizon plans at this price point are capped at 480p. Like there's no option.
Yeah,
so I'm fine with that.
But I was gonna say 1.5 meg. Okay, so 1.5 meg is what you get throttled down to watch standard definition video, which means 1.5 meg is still usable for watching standard definition video, right? And if you're loading up a Facebook page or Reddit, that's text. Literally dial-up can. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but
it's easy.
But like you don't need fast speeds for that. The only thing that you might get a little bit screwed on is if you were trying to do like a Facebook live stream video or some type of live stream video using your phone with that 750 kilobit per second upload. But I feel like most people aren't going to be content creators like that. If you're putting up a picture to Instagram or something, it's still going to work with that, right? You're still going to be able to use Google Maps. You can definitely still listen to Spotify music. I mean, that's a very low bit rate. I don't know. I mean, I feel like for all intents and purposes, it's still useful. And like we talked about from before too, who's really going past like 20 gigs realistically?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's a little interesting hearing your sway and opinion from like Mint Mobile's plan to Xfinity Mobile's plan. Like hitting
Yeah,
on
but
Mint
Mint
Mobile.
was 2G, like 128 kilobits per second.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
All
not
right,
usable.
I think I would slide this in the B tier because it's not for everyone. You have to be an Xfinity Mobile customer, and it's not like if that 20 was maybe a 40 or a 50, I would feel way more confident in this. That's how I'm thinking about it right now. But you do have like all the feature support is here, okay, and you get the device financing.
And they support smartwatches. I think they're the only option we talked about so far that support smartwatches. Oh, and tablets.
Yep.
Well, who cares about tablets? But smartwatches and accessories. And like I said too, realistically speaking, if you're getting the $10 discount off your internet, it's really almost like it's $35, right?
That is one way of thinking about it.
And actually, Debo Bop did say the only reason why he felt that way is because he thinks it misleads consumers.
Yeah. So I think if I was rating this as a not Xfinity customer, I agree with the C and D. If I was an Xfinity customer, I would probably put this in a B. That's where I'm at. I'm at a B.
Mo said A if you're an Xfinity home internet, but B if you're not, and the only reason is because it's priority. I will just say you can't get it at all if you don't have Xfinity service. So
yeah.
And now Guado,
this is deprioritized too. You have to pay $20 extra to get that priority access,
which gives you the HD video as well.
That's true.
But Guado says Xfinity Mobile is a powerful competitor to the real world against the main three carriers. You guys would be surprised.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the compromise of B. But I did feel like it was an A. I thought it was on par with US Mobile just because it did have all the features, like the Wi-Fi calling.
Yeah, that is kind of a good point.
I mean, it's the only option outside of Visible that gives you all the features, but it's actually giving you a little bit more of a premium experience because, like I said, the 5G is uncapped, right? So we know in the future 5G, is going to be more widely deployed by Verizon, especially with C-band. Whereas Visible, I believe 5G is capped at 200 meg on millimeter wave.
That's correct. Yeah.
I'll let you call it, man.
I guess if I was an Xfinity Mobile customer and I was choosing between US Mobile and Xfinity Mobile, I mean, I'm biased towards US Mobile. I love their account dashboard, user experience, customer support, all of that jazz. But if I was an Xfinity Mobile customer, I actually do think there's value here. So, I mean, it's tough because of the chat, Dennis. I feel like the audience consensus is kind of putting it towards a B for me personally.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not here to make the audience mad.
But again, if it's that 20 gig limit and then 1.5 megabits per second, just
fair.
I don't know.
Fair.
Feels weird for a plan to do that.
What was by the way, real quick on a quick side note, what was US Mobile's speed cap? Isn't
50? It's 50 gigabytes and then it's 1 megabit per second.
So
that's only on T-Mobile though.
Okay.
So,
but
yeah, I think that's tough. I think you did a good argument, and I could see it as an A. If I was Xfinity Mobile, I actually could see that kind of neck and neck, especially with the billing.
People are saying the B category is getting full.
Everything's a B out there. Yeah.
All right, let's move on though. Let's move on.
T-Mobile prepaid coming up hot. I chose the cheaper one here, which is the $50 plan. They also offer a $60 plan. But this is the cheapest option for true unlimited data on the T-Mobile network. You're getting full feature support here, 50 gigs of priority data, 600 kilobit unlimited hotspot data, eSIM support, international calling add-ons are available, 100 megabytes of domestic roaming data.
Priority data, right?
Yeah, your priority.
What was the more expensive one, right? It gave you hotspot, that's it?
Yep, it was, I believe it was 10 gigs of hotspot data.
Okay, that was the only difference?
That's correct.
Okay.
So I just did this because it was cheaper, and as we saw from some of our polls, fewer people were interested in hotspot. So I thought best T-Mobile unlimited plan is probably this one. Anyone who needs more.
Yeah, I think this is an A, in my opinion.
I agree. It's interesting. Austin's coming in here saying the $50 plan stinks compared to US Mobile's offering at the same price point.
Huh. That's
Thoughts on that?
Yeah.
50 gigs, unlimited at 1 megabit per second, but deprioritized, missing some features. You do have to enter custom APN settings, but taxes and fees are included with US Mobile.
I mean, the big thing for me is it's the first like T-Mobile plan with priority that we've been talking about today.
Yeah, it's priority. It's got all the features, and it's got eSIM. Dude, I think I would put this A tier. This is A tier for me.
I agree with that, man. No arguments for me.
Awesome. We appreciate your thoughts there. He would give it a C for anyone who was curious, and I respect that. I'm kind of leaning towards what Mark is saying, which is an A tier. Johnny's coming in. Excuse me. Chase is coming in A. Johnny A. Ron A. Yeah, I think this is an A tier plan from T-Mobile prepaid. I absolutely love what they're doing. Oh, next up, this might be one of my new favorite plans that I've never tested.
Is it the prepaid AT&T?
Yep, this is the $60 prepaid unlimited plus plan from AT&T. I was gonna put in the $50 plan, and then it hit me that it was just like not worth it.
No, it's not. This is basically you're getting AT&T extra, basically, in a nutshell.
100%.
But for way better pricing. Now I will just say, and Stetson, you and me both agreed. If you're doing multi-line, you should just get Elite. But if you're a single person, this is like legit the best plan for AT&T, period.
I might put this in S tier.
This is definitely an S tier plan.
This is awesome. Domestic roaming, international
priority data, full HD, all the features.
Unlimited roaming in Canada and Mexico too, I believe.
Yeah, unlimited roaming in Canada. Dude, this plan is just it's al dente. It's great. I feel it's S tier all day. Can you add wearables to this, by the way? Just curious.
Unfortunately, you cannot. You're looking at no international roaming, no smartwatches, no tablets, and no device financing.
Boo. That's okay. Yeah. I don't have a cellular connected smartwatch.
No, I think for our audience, I think this is fantastic. This is with the auto pay discount, so this is normally a $75 plan, but after auto pay and everything, estimated price is around $61.10 per month based on audience feedback.
Yeah, and we're getting a lot of people that agree with our S tier on that.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal value on AT&T.
Now my favorite plan.
Yeah, we have final three, big three here: Elite, Magenta Max, and Verizon Get More. I think these will actually maybe they won't be S tier. Let's see what we got. So we got.
I have a hot take on the Verizon one, but yes, continue.
I love it. AT&T Unlimited Elite. 100 gigs of priority data, $85 a month, HBO Max included, all the bells and whistles, 4K, 30 gigs of hotspot data, all the features.
HBO Max.
HBO Max. Dennis, like, what else is there to say here?
To me, it's a no-brainer, and it's most definitely an S tier, because in my opinion, it's the best unlimited plan, period, across the board, in my opinion. I know people disagree because of Magenta Max, but I think this gives the best value, especially because AT&T does have so many people they have partnerships with where you get extra discounts with their signature program. So for people like my family, we're not even paying that pricing because of the extra discounts that AT&T offers. So
yeah, and
then also AT&T, if you're one of the lucky people that lives in like a Uverse market, they've been doing some insane bundles with their internet and the cell phone service.
Oh, snap. Actually, that's a great, shout out to, you reminded me, Dennis, of the phone deals. AT&T is giving existing customers the same smartphone deals as new customers.
Dude, AT&T's been so quiet, but I would argue that some of the changes that they've been making have been very pro-consumer. Like, we've seen over the past, year, they finally allow mixing and matching on their plans, right? They've been doing so much stuff for their existing customers with the aggressive phone promotions. They got the whole. I mean, I know people don't like bundles, but man, oh man, have they been being aggressive with their bundle promos when it comes to AT&T Uverse and their cell phone service? I don't know if you ever seen any of the flyers, man, but they be throwing out Visa cards left and right and all kinds of other stuff, dude. For me, it's S tier. It's just a really good plan. I've had a good experience with it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dennis. I think this is S tier. I mean, this is the best of the best AT&T has to offer. That's S tier category. That is S tier category.
Also, before we move on real quick, I want to give a shout out to Mark. Thank you for the super chat, my man. We really appreciate it. Really glad to have you here. And thank you again, my man.
Really helps out. We should get a soundboard here. Get some confetti, like a yay.
Yeah, man.
Whenever someone donates. Yeah, thank you so much, Mark. We love and appreciate your support. And he's actually commenting now, AT&T so much better than it was 2 years ago.
Agreed.
100%.
The only thing I wish they would improve, and this would mean so much to me, improve that gosh darn biller.
Yes. Thank you, Dennis. 110%. If AT&T could take what they're doing to their network and their service and just make their website better, Like,
Not the website, the biller, dude.
yeah, the
It was a
biller. I mean,
3-month
everything.
nightmare to get my bill corrected. Like, ugh.
We had someone in our Discord community share. It was a video of the AT&T website. They were trying to do something basic like go to their AT&T account, and it's just a video loop of AT&T being slow and loading, and it's like, oh, I just resonate so much with that because when I reviewed AT&T, their app was slow and did that to me all the time.
Also,
So
real quick, Alvin just posted in the chat. He said if you have AT&T fiber, you get a 25% off wireless, so it's a no-brainer.
oh, 100%. Oh man, I wish I had AT&T fiber now.
Dude, I can't get it, man. My state's Verizon, but hopefully I'll get Fios soon and it will still be okay. But let's move on to Magenta Max, who I've been getting super intimate with.
Magenta Max. Okay. Magenta Max, if you missed my video on it, this is the best of the best. This is the best cell phone plan the industry currently has to offer when it comes to features and price. You're getting true unlimited priority data, then deprioritized during congestion. Nice, Stetson, nice. Way to go on the website. 40 gigs of hotspot data, 4K UHD video streaming, voice over LTE Wi-Fi calling, all the bells and whistles, 200 megs of domestic roaming data. You're getting eSIM support. You're getting device financing. This is huge. And you're getting Netflix Basic for single-line users, Standard for multi-line users. Yeah.
Yeah. S tier yet again.
Yeah, I would probably put this in S tier. The weird thing that just dawned on me is as I test out cell phone plans, the con for me is Magenta Max. I actually can't get it to be deprioritized, and it hit me like if I want to compare like Mint versus T-Mobile and do like, all right, well this is what it's like if you have priority data. This is what it's like if you use over 50 gigs. Just to give that comparison, like I would have to get another T-Mobile plan because this one is just you can't get it to slow down.
On an off side note, real quick, Stetson, something I was wondering, and maybe you would know this from your testing, if you use a VPN after you reach like a hard throttle, can you get around it? Like,
you cannot get around a hard data cap with a VPN because what a VPN does is it hides what kind of content you're streaming, but it doesn't change the speed at which the content is being delivered. And so typically when carriers cap or throttle video content, they recognize, hey, this is video content, we're going to cap it. VPN hides that, carrier can't tell, so they can't cap it. But when the whole plan is capped at whatever speed it is or deprioritized, there's nothing a VPN can do to get around that.
Bummer. I just figured I was thinking about it. Didn't know if there was any tricks.
No, that's a great question. I've got people asking about that. But yeah, I think this is
It's S all day, man. I mean, if AT&T Elite's an S, this is an S. The only difference or the only debate one could have is, do you want HBO Max or do you want Netflix, right? Which one's giving you the better value? But
I would, honestly, for T-Mobile, I would drop down to the Magenta plan.
You
I
would?
Think I think that's a better value.
You do.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
doesn't the Magenta plan cap you at 40p video still?
Yep, it does.
So
I don't know. I guess
the hotspot's only 5 gigs, right?
Yeah, but I think that's enough. Like I think price to performance, I think for most people, Magenta is probably the move.
But if you're gonna drop down the Magenta, then you might as well get T-Mobile prepaid.
Okay, that's a really good point. Yep.
Right?
Nope, you're right. You're 100% right. Unless you needed international data roaming, but with eSIM add-ons, I would argue you don't.
Yeah, get the U.S. Mobile International little add-on for the country you're gonna visit. Ba-boom.
Austin's actually chiming in. You can get around Visible's 5 megabit per second hotspot limit with a VPN. That's interesting. Meaning, if you have a VPN from a client connected to the Visible hotspot, it works. Uncapped hotspot over VPN. That is a little tidbit of information for the audience. Thank you, Austin, for that great information. All right,
let's
last
move
plan.
on to Verizon, and I have a hot take for this one too.
Hot take: $90, unlimited LTE, unlimited minutes, only 50 gigs of priority data, 30 gigs of hotspot here, only 720p video streaming, but otherwise everything else you'd expect. Canada and Mexico roaming at I have 0.5 gigs of high-speed data. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. Dennis, what's your hot take?
Hot take here. There's no reason to pick this plan from Verizon. It's the most expensive of all the unlimited plans. It's not really adding anything of meaning. I mean, you got a 720p video cap, 50 gigs of priority data. Like, come on. And, like, look, all right. I'm not saying Verizon doesn't have good unlimited plans, but you'd be better served getting their Play More plan, which is, like, literally, what, $10 cheaper per month?
Yeah, no, you're right. I think Play More is a way better deal than this plan.
Yeah, like, the only reason you would pick this is for extra hotspot data, but if hotspot's your concern, then you should be looking at either T-Mobile Magenta Max is what you should be looking at, right? Because you're getting 40 gigs of hotspot if that's what's important to you.
Yeah.
And at least then you're getting uncapped video streaming.
Yeah, the video is so weird. I think Verizon's just congested. I think they're struggling. And I want to bring up a really interesting point from Austin, who commented this plan is 75 gigs of priority data. Austin, it turns out Verizon actually decreased the amount of priority data with this plan. You were right. It used to have 75 gigs of priority data, and then they did an update last year, I want to say around August or so, and they dropped Get More down to 50 gigs, and they increased, I think it was Play More from 25 gigs to 50 gigs.
Yeah, so the second gen version of that plan did have 75 gigs, but as Stetson said, they decreased it with their third gen.
Yeah, which stinks. Dennis, I agree with you. This plan, the only way I would see this plan as being worth it is for one perk, and it's the hotspot add-on. For Play More, the hotspot add-on is $20 a month, which would make the...
You mean the tablet?
Excuse me. You are correct. Tablet. Thank you for correcting me on that. Tablet drops to $10 a month. If you are on the Play More plan, a tablet is a $20 a month add-on. So your total cost for Play More with a tablet would be $100. The total cost for Get More and a tablet would be $100. And so that would be the only case.
But remember, this isn't a void. We're comparing it with everybody, right?
Yeah.
And it's the most expensive for the least features at this price point.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that this is either A or even down to a B because it's so expensive. It's so expensive for what you're getting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would recommend this to really anyone, as you mentioned. So
I'm going either A or B.
B.
And A is being generous.
A is being generous. I agree. I think we should be hard on Verizon here. They don't have the priority data. Like, what are they doing, you know?
And plus, Verizon has some of the most tax and fees too. Like this plan's really like $100 and something.
Yeah, I agree with Kevin a lot here. U.S. Mobile Super LTE kills Verizon postpaid. It literally half the price. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm throwing in the B tier.
All right,
take it, Verizon. There we go. Save, download.
This is our finale of like March, even though we're in April now, for ranking the best plans that you guys voted on. And the winners end up coming out from AT&T and T-Mobile's camp with Stetson's new favorite, the AT&T prepaid unlimited plan.
Yeah, no, I was very surprised to learn that. I would also give a shout out to US Mobile here. I like them so much because of their account dashboard and just how freaking beautiful that is. I would probably give that an S for Stetson approved. But yeah, you know, I hear people with the Wi-Fi calling. So I think we did a pretty good job with this. I'm happy with the results and how it turned out.
Yeah, and I just want to say, as kind of like a little last comment, I'll just say if you're talking best value overall, that AT&T prepaid plan at $60 is absolutely the best value for an unlimited plan with a premium experience. But if you're talking premium unlimited plans, guys, Elite and Magenta Max, they're the King Supremes.
Crowning champs. Yeah, that's a great summary. And I think budget, I think Mint Mobile was super strong. US Mobile was super strong. What I feel like I learned from this is we need better budget options on AT&T prepaid. They have their one plan. I would like to see a few more that are able to pack the same features at cheaper prices as well. So,
if AT&T could come out with like not an annual plan, how about a monthly plan, like a $15 option, like the 2.5 gig that T-Mobile has?
Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be really clutch.
They had that, and then they got rid of it.
Yeah, during COVID for like a short period of time, they were like, and then what was worse was they were like, ha ha, now you got to get a more expensive
Yeah,
plan.
and then they like forced people to upgrade. That was a jerk move. I was not happy with that.
And then Cricket do the same thing too.
Cricket did the same thing.
Oh man, but yeah, Mark, thank you. He said give that like button to hit everyone.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, smash the like button, subscribe.
Evan, he asked, what tier do y'all think T-Mobile One Plus is on? Well, T-Mobile One Plus isn't around anymore, unfortunately. But if you wanted my opinion, Evan, I would say that the old One Plus plans would be an S category.
Yeah. Oh, we have a question. Sung Jung Ji. Hope I pronounced that closely. Please forgive me if not. You guys covered many plans, but just curious, what service are you guys on?
So my two personal lines that I actually use are as follows. I have T-Mobile Magenta Max now for my T-Mobile line, which if you guys heard about my story, it was long and convoluted, but that's what I'm on now, and I'm okay with it. And then for my other phone, I have AT&T Unlimited Elite. And those are my two personal phones that I use daily. Although, because I was a man of my word to Ahmed, I do have another phone here that's using US Mobile. I don't really use it for anything other than testing, to be perfectly frank and honest. But I do have that, and that's what I'm cooling with. And then Stetson, he's using Mint Mobile for his personal phone. I believe you're on the 10 gig plan, right?
Yeah, so I'm on Mint Mobile, 10 gig annual, and comes out to $20 a month. I basically go for the cheapest plan that meets my personal needs. And when I signed up like 2 years ago at this point, it was Mint Mobile, so that's what I did. US Mobile hadn't done their price updates that they've recently done, which make their plans so much better and so much, more of a great value. So that's why I do have a line on US Mobile Unlimited that I'm testing out, and I love it. My grandparents are on US Mobile. My dad's on US Mobile. So that's kind of my scoop, and I want to give a shout out to Austin in the chat. If he's watching, he provided me with a Magenta Max plan, so I can test that out. And I think what I want to do is try and figure out, like, in this video, Dennis and I talked a lot about having priority data, and we love it. We're network enthusiasts. It's awesome. Something interesting I noticed is when I asked Roger about it, he was like, yeah, it's probably not important for most customers most of the time. Like, you're really only getting a benefit in congested markets, in stadiums, airports, things like that. And so I want to put that to the test and try and see if there's a way to measure that difference and see what the performance will be like.
I just know that based off, so remember, I've been doing testing with US Mobile, and you've seen my performance with Verizon, right, most of the time.
Yeah.
But I told you as well, when I did a speed test at like 2 in the morning, right, I did that fun speed test when I spotted N71, I was getting like 200 meg on that line, which tells me it was just a congestion issue, right? I was being hard to deprioritize. So priority matters, at least in my market, when it comes to specifically with Verizon.
I think Verizon's probably it's the most important network to get priority access on in more markets than not.
Yeah, and then AT&T seems to be the least.
I think it's fine. Yeah.
But then T-Mobile, it's a mixed bag of chips because you see my speed test results in my apartment, right?
Yeah, they flutter.
Yeah. Oh God, Brady, thank you very much for the super chat. We really appreciate it. And yeah, Stetson, real quick, I'm sorry if I'm putting you on the spot. Did we confirm a guest for next week?
We're waiting to get the guest confirmed for next week. So
okay, I didn't know if you reached out.
I know. I reached out to get the details locked in, and they're not locked in just yet. So we're gonna wait a little bit to reveal that. But
worst case scenario, it's a bros night. I know you guys love it when we have a little bit of bro time, and maybe a nice little repeat would be good. But yeah, I mean, we kind of accomplished what we want to do with this episode. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming out and spending your Saturdays with us. I also want to wish you all health, and if you all celebrate Easter, I hope you have an awesome Easter tomorrow. Get some ham, get all nice and fat and healthy, and enjoy it. And don't forget, guys, to become a part of the Patreon, because we do have all kinds of extra perks and content. Last week, Stetson and us did an exclusive live stream for our Patreon supporters, and we'll have another one coming up at the end of this month. So definitely become a part of the Patreon if you so choose. And yeah, just thank you again, everybody, for everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I wanted to bring up is there's actually currently a poll live for Patreon supporters where you can vote on what video I make next. Sneak preview right now, votes are 3-11 voting for best unlimited T-Mobile plans. we kind of covered many of them here, but it looks like that will be the next video to go live on the channel. But yeah, if you're interested in supporting us, you can find the Patreon link in the video description. We truly appreciate it. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. As Dennis said, please take care, be well. Catch up with your family. If you celebrate Easter, have a happy Easter. If not, have a wonderful Sunday. And happy Passover for anyone who celebrates that as well. So thank you everyone for joining us. Please take care and have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
Peace.
Peace. Bye.